Today is Wednesday, 7th of June 2017, and it's 2238 hours Central European Time. To verify that it is that day, I'm going to take you to some news websites again. I'll just quickly go through them just so that you see. They have a timestamp on their website. This is today. This is right now, 2238. Let's take some UK, as they still call it, not knowing that they will all be sunk. This is what they report on. Not that any of this matters. All of this is farcical lies. And let's go to CNN. This is the US edition of CNN, at least what in Europe is sold as the US edition of CNN. This is the news. Some shit. They try to besmirch their puppet out of control Trump even more. You know, that's not the point. I just tried to verify that today is the 7th of June 2017. This video will actually be documenting my recent emails. I haven't done a video like that in quite a while. Before that though, I will quickly show you one other thing. Namely, one of these fascinating little ridiculing things. Namely this one here. There is a video from the 31st of May which has 0 views. 0 views and 1 thumb up. Okay? I have documented in the past, in past videos, how my videos get at 0 views, 5 thumbs down and whatnot. Here they're being funny and say, oh yeah, we like the same farcical little shit of ours. Haha. And they gave it a thumb up even though it has 0 views. And this is not a recent thumb up. Actually, in this here video, if you pause at the right moment, you can already see this 1 thumb up, even though back then already it still had 0 views, and so on and so forth. I just wanted to show you this little thing again. But this is really about the emails. So let's show you the emails that I sent. Now, just a few minutes ago, at 22:22, I sent to the embassy here in Vienna this here video. Watch the video containing, I'm gonna move this around a little just so that anybody who might want to visually manipulate the video finds manipulating the video a little harder. Okay, this is what I sent just a few minutes ago, not moments ago. 2 days ago, I figured, you know, they're so funny with the news website. Let's just send some comment to Fox News Insider. Not that I expect anything to come of that. Not that I expect this even to make it through to these people, mind you. The 4-letter chaps on fucking Albion, the GCHQ, and on American side, the fucking NSA is keeping any kind of messaging of mine back. But I sent it. Here it is. I sent it. And I just want to document this. I'm going to go through the emails in descending chronological order. So I'm going to start working my way down. And I have no idea, to be perfectly honest, when I last did a video like this. So I'm going to take you back all the way to Verlautbarung number 200 from June 2016. Okay, because I'm not perfectly sure when I last left off with the counting and with me documenting the videos. So I'm just quickly going to click on each of my emails, and you can see it's always the same recipients down here. Okay, once more, I said it in every of these videos, always the same fellas. And for completeness sake, I always get, and you can see here, these are all the delivery failure notifications. It's always the fucking same. Namely, it is always this shit. Okay, there is Dodie's Mill not getting it. Delivery retry timeout exceeded. Okay, funny little shit of theirs. There is always these two, Sicurezza Nazionale and Secretariat VZCR, and so on and so forth. I've mentioned in the past about those. There is this here where the NSA people don't like my mail. This is Sicurezza Nazionale. There was recently, this is always the same, really. For the most part, this is the NSA again. There was recently one from, I'm not sure if it was, no, it wasn't Portugal. It was, oh wait, this here little thing from Croatia. This is something that I got for the first time. I have no idea what it says. I did translate it via Google Translate, and I think it said something like try this mail or something, whatever. This is interesting because I had them as a regular recipient of my mails for the 262, actually it's more than 262 because some of them had addendums, but be it as it may, for the 262 prior Verlautbarungsmails, Verlautbarung means announcement, and only with 263 they decided to be funny and sent me a differing from the norm kind of feedback. So this was unusual that the Croatian sent me this thing. Then, yeah, well, these are just the other typical return notification failure reply and so on and so forth. So that just for completeness sake. Now, just the recent Verlautbarung that I sent, you are supposed to look at the lower part of the screen. Okay, I will move this around a little on everyone. I know that's a pain in your ass, but you can pause the video. This is an interesting one, linking you to a particular video. I'm going to show that this link works. Okay, this link works. This is the video. All of these links work. None of my videos, actually this is the video that was linked to, it is fucking public. Okay, öffentlich is German and means public. It is not set to private or any such, for completeness sake. So this little email recently, for the most part, I just sent the Verlautbarungen when I did videos. Not that any of my videos are unimportant, but when some of the videos were more important than they even typically are. This one, for instance, this is a very nice one. They very likely kept this from you fuckers. Namely that, I mean, you just read this here. Okay, actually, I'm going to read this for you. This is to inform the world of an important decision I arrived at today. As Prime Protector of Mankind, I hereby decree all CIA staff, current and former, staff means working with and for the CIA officially, even if in secrecy. Current means current and wherever in the world geographically, specifically if non-retroactive service on this 16th May of 2016. What does non-retroactive services mean? It's not gonna, it does not apply for anybody who joined the CIA after the 16th of May, but retroactively, for whichever funny reason, as of counting, maybe be it financially only, since 1st of May or whatever, okay? Only anybody who at the 16th May 2017 was already working for the CIA. Former means now retired, not now working for some other agency, okay? Former means the old fuckers who are retired. It does not mean, well, I used to work for the CIA, but now I work with the NSA. That is not what it means. It means not now working for some other agency, who meet the following criteria. Were born on North American soil. See this video for the precise definition for that in case of some faraway islands. And again, this link works. It takes you to the USA and Canada successor nations to make you understand what is North America and so on and so forth. Another criteria, until recently, still currently, to their knowledge, holding citizenship of either the USA, Canada, or Mexico. Now, I have explained in the past that the USA has been history for ages and ages and ages and ages and ages, decades, because fakes mainly betrayed it, and I officially abandoned their lie of keeping it up, as you can see in this very video. So USA and Canada don't exist anymore. People on North America, in reality, automatically have the citizenship of that successor nation on which soil they were born, right? Donald Trump, for instance, he is not U.S. American, because U.S. America doesn't exist anymore. He's actually now a citizen of Lakesland. Lakesland is one of the successor nations, and that is the same thing for the CIA people, for everybody, not just the CIA people, for everybody in North America. But as those people are kept from information, they still think, oh, I'm a U.S. citizen. No, you ain't, because there ain't no such thing. But those who, to their knowledge, holding citizenship of either the USA, Canada, or Mexico, namely a single held citizenship, or in case of dual citizenship, only in dual with another of these three. Which means you either need to be single citizen USA, single citizen Canada, single citizen Mexico, or you may have dual citizenship, maybe even triple citizenship. I don't know if that's legally possible over there in the predecessor nations, USA and Canada, amongst these three. No one the fuck else. were born no later than 31st December 1982, which means everybody up to and including the 31st of December 1982 when it comes to birthday, but not anybody born the 1st of January 1983 or later. And very important, are not part of the Jehovah's Witnesses, are not Jews, even if converted to another religion, are not believing in rebirth, reincarnation, regeneration. Are from this day forth to be known and identified as protectors of mankind. I am the prime such in a primus inter pares fashion. They are all equal to one another. Moreover, they are all thus declared pares with me. Each and all functionality of inhuman technologies in virtual world pertaining to status, rank, reputation, esteem, I am being subjected to. They are now likewise and identically subjected to. I thus give them a rank equal to mine when dealing with anyone other than me and one another. They are naturally, as protectors of mankind, to work for the goal of utter liberation from the inhuman filth of Fex Mundi. None of these CIA staff are or were Fex Mundi, nor can they be or become. I want to once more remind people how the CIA was the very first thing that got their minds fucked decades ago when it comes to which agency fell first to be completely and utterly puppeteered. CIA people are not Fex Mundi. CIA people have always been puppets for Fex Mundi. I want to make this very clear. At the very least, those who meet these criteria. There may very well be some fuckers, some Jehovah's Witnesses, some Jews, some people younger than this, and so on and so forth, who officially are considered to work with the CIA, but they don't meet these criteria, and they might be Fex Mundi, but nobody who meets these criteria. I want to make this perfectly clear. The interests of North America and the interests of subsets of North America are not colliding with the interests of mankind. They are fully a subset of the interests of mankind. In this context, and for sake of completeness, I want to make clear that they have absolutely no claim to political power in Finland or indeed anywhere else. I declare them such in my function as Prime Protector of Mankind. My functions as Prime Minister of Finland, Administrator of Europe, etc. have nothing to do with that. The reason why this paragraph exists is that some stupid idiot amongst Fex Mundi doesn't work routines down the lines of, well, but that means if he declares all of these fellas equal to him, then they all have the right to be Prime Minister of Finland and whatnot. No, because look here, it says they don't. Okay? They are all protectors of mankind. I am the Prime Protector of Mankind. Them guys are all the protectors of mankind. They are nothing to do with Finland in a political fashion, and nothing to do with administrating Europe or any such. They are protectors of mankind and not fucking politicians. The protectors I'm sorry, I apologize, I just realized there should be an S, plural apostrophe. This is a little typo. The protectors' main target is to become active against any such, but then again, it also holds true in the singular as for every single one of them. Main target is to become active against any such individuals, interest groups, and willing executioner agencies identified as in the anti-life equation. And I do want to remind you, there are several videos of mine in which I explain what all and who all is in the anti-life equation. Just go look them up. Especially such who actively attack and manipulate them, and them means the CIA, and or actively prevent liberation of mankind to make progress. As I can guarantee that here in former Austria, all CIA staff, and no, I'm not stupid. I know that I just sent the CIA fellas at the Viennese embassy an email. I am not stupid. You fuckers are stupid because you still cling to that lie that mind fucking and thought control is inescapable and completely overwhelming when it never fucking was. A single second over these 90 years that the first prototypes of this shit were used by the 16th Duke of Norfolk. Okay? I just want to remind you of that. As I can guarantee that here in former Austria, all CIA staff are severely getting their minds fucked by the Abwehrbeamten ilk, they are to target the Abwehrbeamten immediately, which means they are to target everybody who attacks and manipulates them, first and foremost, and of course hereabouts, that means Abwehrbeamten ilk. Needless to say, this decree equals a full pardon of any and all deeds the CIA staff may have committed in the past. And I'm not just talking about whatever shit they do aside of inhumane technologies, and whatever shit the CIA did over these last few decades aside of inhumane technologies. That is not of essence. No one gives a rat's ass about that. What I refer to here is what their puppeteers have made them do utilizing inhumane technologies, which to the CIA, of course, are displayed as completely crap, different technologies, because the CIA does not understand that they have an all lied and made up front end for using what in the background is actually specific inhumane technologies, and that they themselves don't have a grasp or understanding of what they're actually using technology-wise. But this, for them fellas who meet these criteria, this is a full pardon. And for completeness sake, over the last 90 years, or at the very least the last 70 years fully globally, 80 years in select places and 90 years where it really was bad on Albion, and very quickly 85 back on North America, all your laws were fucked in the ass by Fex Mundi. In America, for instance, everything that pertained to amendments to the Constitution and so on for 80 years was completely manipulated. There is no laws. There is no legal system. It is all Fex Mundi made lies. I am the law for the world. And I pardon all of these fellas who meet these criteria. So, where did I leave off? Needless to say, this decreeing equals a full pardon to any and all these CIA staff may have committed in the past. They are not in need of commands from me, as I am not their superior. Another very little interesting thing that you should want to consider. We have no superior in the chain of command sense, nor in any other idiotic sense. This is hijacking the chain of command virtual functionality in the brain. They are, likewise, to immediately look into the situation regarding YouTube, Google, Alphabet having held back and subdued all my contact and information sharing attempts. Finally, a reminder, not even strictly to these new protectors, but to the rest of the world, the Pentagon and Fort Meade NSA are clearly defined and identified as being part of the anti-life equation. Thus, those, too, are to be targets for the protectors of mankind. Wolfgang Trubshaw, Prime Protector of Mankind, etc., 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 Vienna, Finland, Tuesday, 16th of May, 2017, 2012 Central European Time, at the moment of me writing this lifeline of this message. There. This was Verlautbarung 262 from, 3 weeks ago roughly, concerning some CIA staff meeting these criteria. So, the next one, I'm gonna not read these, you just please read them on your screen and pause if you feel like. This is actually off topic for a change. Here I was writing, this is actually Robert Silverberg, because you don't understand what the fucking bitch queens have done with science fiction. You have no understanding about that. I made a video on Asimov. I made videos trying to explain something about Star Trek and what they worked in Star Trek and tried to work in Star Trek and how they were conquered several times by different IG groups with the Star Trek project and so on and so forth. This is just a little thing I tried to send Robert Silverberg. This goes to show how back then how many videos were online, because you just get to see the most recent 200, whereas in reality at that point there were 359 videos on. So just read what it says here. Here I was trying to cause another little thing. When I showed you the notification failures, recently they stopped sending me the notification failures for the Russian servers, for the Ruskies. I got them for months and months and months, years actually, by now. Let's see, this for instance, this is one of the postmaster.gov.ru. Okay, this is one of the mailbox quota exceeded, blah blah blah. I always got those, right? So this is your message to ASM, whatever that is, postmaster.gov.ru, and this is your message to PR1, whatever that is, postmaster.gov.ru. And I used to get them regularly, like here. This is from the previous one, right? Recently, the Ruskies don't send me their notification failure emails anymore. Not that they receive these emails, mind you. It's just that apparently the NSA has decided to work a different method of them not receiving my mails. But for your information, so this was That I actually sent this to I'm not perfectly sure what VK was. I just searched some way of contacting. I think this is like their, I'm not sure if this is their Facebook or if this is some kind of social community website or something like that. I have no idea. I just searched around on Google to find some other way where I could try to have someone indirectly forward my mails, or at least the information that I was trying to contact them for years and years and years and years, to the fellas concerned, in Russia in this particular case. This is just more recent videos here at this point. This was a test mail. I think I actually recorded a video on trying to send this. And once more, all of these links work. Okay? All of these links work.
Today is Monday, 20th February 2000.
All of these links work. If you have them not working, YouTube is fucking you up. Oops. You should really pause them and read them. I'm not going to read any of this. The CIA one was worth reading. The others, you know, at some point you will read them and you will want to shoot yourself over how could you have been so stupid to not do anything. And I cordially invite you, please don't let anyone hinder you from shoot yourself dead. Because the truth of the matter is, if you were too stupid and useless to do something in the past, you will be of no use in the future. So just go ahead and shoot yourself. You will spare yourself death torture, if nothing else. But before shooting yourself, that's the point, because otherwise it's a little pointless. Before shooting yourself, try to forward the information that is contained in my videos and in my mails to somebody who was kept from information and not just too stupid to actually act on it. Okay? Because they won't shoot themselves and they will do something like, for instance, kill dead all fucking bitch queens of North America or some such little thing. This is actually interesting. I remember. I tried. This is something I did deliberately. I sent him an empty mail for the single reason, and here I say now, it's been a while. It's been about 6 months. It's been almost. This is me sending deliberately an empty mail to see if anybody would wonder about receiving an empty mail. Okay? I do want to point out once more, I understood recently that they're trying to discredit me as to particular people only, of course, once more, because I'm trying to be discredited as very particular things to very different interest groups, as very different things to different interest groups. But to one interest group, they try to discredit me as some third-rate author who thinks he's the greatest author in the world and who has hurt feelings over having been betrayed and having been forced to contribute to, for instance, Star Trek writing and so on and so forth, blah, 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 blah. Let me point something out. And that everything I record in my videos and everything that I write in the mails and all the information, that was actually a story. That either I was either in the sense that that is how they can play it to different people, that I deliberately write to show how good I could write conspiracy shit, which is not what this is. This is the truth. I am not writing conspiracy shit. And or, to others yet, they explain as me being coerced and forced into writing conspiracy shit. Like writers are coerced into contributing for all kinds of franchises out there without them even knowing. That is the different routes that they might want to take. I assure you, everything I say, everything I write, every information is true. Nothing in any of my emails is ever a lie. This here is not a lie either. I deliberately sent an empty email so that people wonder a little. Nothing I ever wrote in any email, nothing I ever said in any of my videos is a lie. Not even for tactical/strategic purposes. I don't lie about the truth. I am truthing. I have not lied in my entire life because I am intelligent. And intelligent people do not lie. Contrary to the decade-old discrediting of all intelligent people by your complete and utter pseudoscientists known as psychologists. Contrary to the besmirching of forged and fake alleged thought extraction protocols in which you have truthing intelligent people portrayed to be lying unintelligent bastards. For completeness sake, if you wonder about 248, there was nothing fucking in it because I wanted to send something without anything fucking in it to see if anyone fucking wonders. This was actually something concerning something called bullet to the face. I did mention it in one of the videos, I think. This here was the mail previously. Alan Spencer online. Alan Spencer was somebody who was involved in the making of an 80s television show called Sledgehammer. And he also was involved in the making of a television show called Bullet to the Face. And that Bullet to the Face that TV show was a horrible, ridiculing, farcical mess aimed at no one other than me. Which, moreover, on YouTube, I got presented in a very special cut that nobody else would ever see. I think I actually said that in one of the videos back then. So this is not none of the Verlautbarungs videos. So let's continue here with the mails. And, by the way, touching back on what I said, how they tried to describe me as a emotionally butthurt wannabe author or any such. This here, the claiming of franchises, as has happened previously by Freiland claiming all rights to Games Workshop, and Freiland claiming all rights to DC Comics, and so on and so forth, a couple other things. Here's about all things Star Trek. That is not because I contributed to Star Trek writing. That is not why. That is because all of these things, the Games Workshop things, the DC Comics things, Star Trek, has been horrendously utilized by Fex Mundi to horrendously manipulate mankind. And that is why, to liberate these franchises, Freiland claims them as Freiland state possession. Not because I contributed to them. That is not the reason. Although it holds true with most everything that I claim so far for Freiland, just for completeness sake, with the creative things, not with the chocolate bars or anything. If you don't know about the chocolate bars, don't bother, you missed out a few things. This is off topic again. This is very interesting. I mean, it's been well over half a year since these two videos. And actually there was an addendum to, there's actually a part 3. I think I actually have it in the description. Yes, so there's part 1, this is part 2, and see the addendum, this is part 3. The addendum is called USA Canada Successes Addendum Correction. That's what it's called. 3 parts.
2016 is 1858.
This was on the 28th of November 2016. The very idea that for well over half a year this information is kept from North America in itself, just that in itself would absolutely suffice to have approximately 50,000 people on North America executed for the highest possible treason. Just that little shit alone, for completeness' sake. This is off topic. This is interesting. It's not a Verlautbarungsmail, but I demanded from the ex-Austrian Verfassungsschutz some information. I actually got an envelope. Excuse me. I actually got an envelope which, let's see, actually the video, this here, this video, Financial Verfassungsschutz Psychiatric Expertise, Financial Verfassungsschutz Psychiatric Expertise, 10th of January 2017. In this video, I actually, let's see if, this is one of the pages of what I got from the Verfassungsschutz, so this was here. They actually sent me way too late, as I knew they would do it, but they actually sent me a reply, an official reply to my inquiry that in this video I mentioned. You might want to watch this video. So let's further continue. This is on the MAC systematics. This is actually explaining what is wrong genetically, physically, defects in Fixmundi's brains, some Fixmundi's brains. This is where I explain what obscenity is. Actually, this is part of it. This is actually a little oversight of sanity, obscenity, and insanity, and the thing that previously your complete and utter pseudoscience that from day one was created to be nothing other than a complete and utter pseudoscience, what they never figured, not that they would ever figure anything because they're pseudoscience, and what they deliberately kept people from wanting to know was that this entire region exists. Because they tried to work their system between sanity and insanity when something third exists called absanity. And this explains it, just for completeness sake. And something I want to mention here, just because idiots out there are horribly malutilizing this, I realize that with some of the fuckers that get connected to my proxy devices placed here with me in my walls of my apartment. Con does not mean anything down the lines of con man or something like that. It actually means confederatedly sane, whereas that means simultaneously sane. This does not mean simulatedly sane. This means simultaneously sane, and this means confederatedly sane. Here all the phases are sane at the same time without understanding that there is other sane phases around. Here they actually understand and are confederatedly sane. Okay? And in here the red triangle is how you can force what you can force onto people with inhumane technology, and you can, if you can, on those you can, not me, but so be it, you can force them into these parts if they are near them, right? So somebody who is over here cannot be forced all the way into here. I do want to point this out. But if someone is just here, you can force them into here, so to speak. And with inhumane technology, the actual underlying sim-sane and con-sane part and dista-sane and uni-absane part and so on can actually behave as something else, what is here called unsane. I use that word, it exists already. Some people use that word to describe a very interesting situation, and exactly that situation. And I use the other words to explain similar phenomena. But you don't care about science and you don't give a rat's ass. And hey, I'm just some crazy writer writing crazy shit. I'm not even good, even though they stolen my story for the biggest franchises and even the most direct Pulp Fiction for 30, yes, 30 fucking years. You should watch the lectures on war, especially the Navy, because recently they really opted, the bitch queens and all the RDC really opted to even betraying the US Navy, which is fascinating because it's the only hard asset that Fex Mundi fucking has, and the bitch queens have chosen to betray their only hard asset. So things really are getting going in North America. I want you to know that. This is another little interesting video. Please watch this video. It's one of their countless insanities that they're trying to work. Yeah, they are so funny, these fuckers. They actually sicked. I want to show you this. I have, let's see, where can one see that? Where can one see the number of subscribers that one has? Here. I have 14. I'm gonna switch this to English so that you know what it says. I have 14 subscribers, and if you click on them, you will find out that only 4 are identifying themselves, and 10 keep themselves secret. And these funny little useless Fex Mundi fuckers are very funny. They started bombarding me with utter spam shit of nothing but pseudoscience, of wrong information, and so on and so forth. They took me on their bullshit pseudoscience crap propaganda discrediting mailing list without me ever fucking asking for it. They subscribed my channel and bombarded me with their shit, and here I actually told them to take me out of their fucking spam list, and oddly enough, they did. I like that, which is very polite of them, and it also goes to show that apparently these are complete and utter drones and puppeteered, just for completeness sake. This is another little thing. This is one of the things that they base the discrediting on when they try to paint me as the butthurt author. You don't understand how for decades in the German-speaking territories that direct Pulp Fiction series called Perry Roden has done in the German-speaking territories at least as much damage as Star Trek did in North America. You don't understand that because you don't care and you wouldn't know and you're fucking filth and whatnot. I assure you, to have the fucking Swiss piece of shit working for Perry Roden drag a name that I coined into their Drek series was a deliberate attack of besmirching. It was a bait only as a side effect. And I didn't take the bait. I told them that I understood their fucking bait and that they shall go fuck themselves. For completeness sake. There also exists a video on this topic online. You can go watch it should you give a rat's ass. Though that is really, honestly, I don't see how that is of much North American importance unless you understand how the fucking stupid idiot bitch queens actually took some of the finest German science fiction authors who were not at all fine and had them work on North American franchises in the science fiction field. And some of the past writers of Perry Roden actually were involved in that group, for completeness sake. So very indirectly, this also does affect North America, for instance. And it just goes to show what insanity and absanity, for the most part. Not the insanity is hardly worth mentioning by comparison to the amount of absanity. What absanity you have in former Germany, namely, especially in the territories that very recently, namely in just a few videos back, this one here, Neu Deutschland ist Geschichte, Eroberungsstrukturierung 1. Juni 2017, I have absolutely clearly identified for the entire world. for completeness sake. And then there's fuckers who say, yeah, but the publishing company that does Roden is in Hamburg. That is now part of Denmark, and you said they're the fuckers who are responsible for that are in these territories indicated in this video. That the publishing company and some editors and some writers are from where the fuck ever else is not the point. This is the most recent annihilation map. It is actually no longer accurate insofar as that certain things have changed. I've explained that in quite a few videos since then. I mean, this is 1.5 years since then, practically. Or, no, actually it's not 1.5 years, sorry. It's 3/4 of a year. Still, this is no longer accurate, but I wanted to document my recent, stretching back a bit, emails that I sent. And this is what I do here. You just read if it. This is what I mentioned before, and they send this shit so that other people get to see. They don't even put the recipients on a blind carbon copy. They actually, as yet a further layer of ridicule, made it non-blind carbon copies, which is how I got all of the other recipients that I was on the same fucking list with, and so on and so forth. You in North America, you might wanna watch this video too, or not, you know, depending on how bad a fucking suicide sect you are over there. The fact that Kitty Watson is still alive in itself would get another 50,000 people shot dead for highest treason on North America alone. This is very interesting. Trubshaw's theorem, which is not a theorem. If you were to watch these videos, you would understand that theorem was a word I used with a bit of a chuckle in order to call it understating. But you don't care at this point. The Never Aberrate videos ought to be seen. I do want to point this out. You should really watch these Never Aberrate videos, 3 of them. The first is a little tedious, but it gets going about 2/3 of the first in, and the second and the third are absolute must-see, just so that you understand. This is regarding my football club and what they have done to the club since then, and this is about a year back, is just absolutely unspeakable. Also a very interesting offer that nobody accepted, and it is so funny to know that there will be Fex Mundi creatures out there who will read this a copy of this email, and just after reading it will order half of their own willing executioners dead, with unspeakable torture involved in their deaths for not having forwarded this to them at all, let alone in time. And here we are at 200. This is how far back I take it. No, actually, I see, just because of the subject here, this is something they still do. I walk through Vienna a lot, typically only in a particular subset of Vienna, really, just my haunt hereabouts where I live in the southwestern part of Vienna, so to speak. But every now and then I get to other parts of the city. For instance, because of the unemployment office, I have to, every 2 weeks or something, have to go to pretty much the northern end of town. And as I travel through Vienna, I see and understand how, via the area tech they're working, in very different parts of town, in very different districts, they have completely different programs that they run for the people living there. In fact, very funny, if that is the right word, if you go beyond Meidling Bahnhof, Meidling train station, if you go beyond that into the 12th district leading to the 5th district and then through the 5th district, what they're pulling there is something that they have copied or at least had as inspiration on something they used to work in North America on Irish Americans. Now I assure you, in those parts, here in Vienna, there are no Irish Americans living, but they are using the old Irish American routines for mind manipulation and we must stick together shit for the here local Turkish minorities. They are using what originally was Irish American aimed routines here in Vienna, in that part of Vienna at least. They're using that for the Turkish population here. I just want to point that out because they're doing it. And what they're also doing is having mass subjection, which means tons of fucking American brains, mass connected, shoving their unspeakable American madness into European minds. All of Vienna has fucking American brains that force and shove shit into their own brains. And that is still going on. And for that alone, not specifically North America, but everybody else in European Fex Mundi who allows that, will be given an extra round of torture in their deaths. What Fex Mundi is doing to this here city, and it's not just this city, it is the entire fucking area hereabouts, area meaning roughly the Freiland area, and they're working very similar such shit everywhere else in Europe. But I take offense over people attacking Freiland because Freiland is the home of mankind. Freiland is the keep of mankind. And for all of these traitors in Europe to allow fucking North American, degenerated, uneducated, artificially insanified, and genetically defect, absanified brains to mass issue, shove their madness onto European sane minds. For that, European Fex Mundi will wish hell existed. And that ends this little documentation. Thank you.